You want to have some nice cinematic B-roll shots in your videos, but the towel trick is too inconsistent for your incredibly high standards? Well, slap a motor on it. Fixed! In this video, I'll show you my new and improved camera dolly and how to properly use it. So let's get to it. So, what are the specs? On this dolly we have two motors. One drives the rear axle with an easy to change gear ratio depending on how fast you want it to go, and the other one is for steering the wheels. In my configuration the dolly is quite slow, but it pays off in smoother footage, especially when filming small objects. The battery acts as a counterweight for the camera, which is especially helpful when filming with a higher focal range. To connect the camera to the dolly, I clamped a 5x11 Technic frame in between a standard 1/4-inch thumb screw and the ball head of a Gorilla Pod. While I got my screw out of a Steadicam I took apart, they're available on Amazon and eBay as well. I put links to some in the video description. Using some pins, it acts as a practical mounting plate. The camera can then be connected easily, and the added distance between it and the vehicle ensures the camera has enough space to move freely. Now on to the important part, filming the shots. There are 4 standard ways to use the dolly. First, make a slide forwards or backwards. Second, make a slide from side to side. Third, make a diagonal slide. And fourth, use the steering to drive in a curve. And that's where we get to the interesting part. Doing these curve shots, especially when you shoot in high focal ranges, is essentially guesswork. You turn the wheels and start to drive, your subject goes out of frame, so you readjust, try again, and so on. It's an annoying feedback loop. So, wouldn't it be cool to have a system that would, based on the distance to your subject, evaluate the wheel's steering position? Well, thanks to almost every new Lego motor having rotation sensors nowadays, that's actually possible. If I measure the distance between the dolly and my subject, let's say 40 centimeters away, and see at which motor position my subject stays perfectly in the middle of the frame, I have a data point. If I do that for another distance, let's say 80 centimeters, I have 2 data points. If I do that for multiple separate distances and let GeoGebra calculate the closest function for these points, I'm now able to predict the motor position for every possible distance. So with that, the workflow is: paste the function into an online calculator. Set up a shot you like, then measure the distance between subject and lens and type it into the calculator. The resulting number can be directly used in the powered-up profile's steering code, and with the press of the blue button the wheels will turn to the correct position to pull a perfect curve shot. The red switch flips the wheel's position, and the red button makes them return to their 0 position. If I do want to steer manually, I can do that with the horizontal blue slider. In my shots for this video, this worked surprisingly well. It's pretty reliable, and I think in the long run it will actually save me time. But if you have a different camera or even a different dolly design, my particular curve probably won't give you that much accuracy. If you still want to try it out, I put everything you need in the video description. The dolly instructions are available on Rebrickable for free. Now that we have the footage, I want to quickly touch on post-production. Because the dolly is so slow, I like to speed up my shots quite a bit. Also, especially when driving in curves, there still can be micro-stutters in the footage, so I often use the digital image stabilizer of my editing program DaVinci Resolve. Here are some comparisons of footage with and without stabilizer. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.